food's propelled by waves of muscle contraction which ripple along towards the stomach. Just before the entrance to the stomach is a tightly shut muscular ring, which only opens when it feels the arrival of food. This is the human stomach in action. Its main job is to break down the food into even smaller particles than those produced by the teeth and jaws. Its muscular walls contract about 3 times a minute, churning the food around and mixing it with gastric juices. Some of the juices will be here already, waiting for the food, since they were triggered by the sight, smell and taste of it. But the secretions increase with the arrival of food in the stomach. The first food to arrive at the beginning of a meal stretches the walls, and this makes the stomach cells secrete hydrochloric acid to help with the first stage of digestion. The walls of the stomach contain deep pits with cells that make digestive juices and mucus. These cells produce hydrochloric acid when it's needed and pour it into the stomach. This shows the cells when they're inactive. Here, the dark patches show the cells at work, producing the acid in response to food. The pits open into the stomach wall and pour the acid onto the surface of the stomach, where it mixes with the food. The acid and an enzyme called pepsin mix with the food and make it easier for the next stage of digestion to break it down. As well as secreting digestive juices, the cells in the wall produce a layer of mucus. This helps to protect the stomach from being digested by its own juices. It also helps to lubricate the food so that it slips around easily as the stomach mixes it up. As the food arrives in the stomach during a meal, it seems to form layers against the stomach wall, with the first course closest to the wall and the next courses lying on top. One of the main jobs of the stomach is to pass the food on in smaller portions to prevent our digestion being overloaded. After being thoroughly mixed up by these movements, the food's ready to move out of the stomach through this sphincter leading into the small intestine, where the serious business of digestion can begin. This X-ray shows the stomach movements pushing the food out into the small intestine on the left.